climate change alone is expected to threaten with extinction approximately 1/4 or more of all species on land by the year 2050. So 25%, 1/4 of all species on land by 2050, that is less than 30 years away. So what does that mean for our children? What does that mean for us? It's apocalyptic. I don't like to inspire by fear. I do like to inspire by hope. So stick with me. We're going to get there. Okay. So there's kind of the dire reality of what we're facing. But there's a great opportunity. When we look at climate change through an Indigenous lens, as Indigenous peoples, we were given original instructions on how to live on the land, how to live in relationship on the land. And there is this deep, deep relationship that goes back millennia, and all of the teachings and all of the stories. And these original instructions are vital because there are consequences to breaking natural law. And so what we're being told is that climate change is calling on us to remember those original instructions. So why am I talking about Indigenous food sovereignty, specifically to a group that may not be primarily made up? Well, because around the world, we all have those original instructions on how to live within those ecosystems that will require us to remember and to live in right relationship again. And so there is this opportunity. Climate change is a crisis that's calling on us to remember who we are and where we fit in to the larger world of creation. So taking action. So what can we do? So this is the easy stuff, right? So learning to cook, learning where your food comes from, buying local, and learning to prepare locally grown foods. Because again, it's about revitalizing Indigenous food systems, local food systems, strengthening our relationships with one another. And this is the key. People are like, okay, how do I prepare for climate change? And it's going to be relationships. Who knows how to do what? So learning where your food comes from, and understanding and developing relationships with other people. We learn from one another. Reducing food waste is huge. So you can start with backyard composting, or if you're in a smaller area, with vermicomposting, with little red worms. Do whatever you can to start thinking about soil sustainability, food sovereignty, food security. So learn from other communities. We don't all have to start at the same space. We can learn from other communities that are implementing it and tweak it to fit our own communities. Find out who owns the land and who has access to it and control over it. Support Indigenous land defenders and water protectors when they're on the front lines, because we are protecting the water, the soil, access to land. What's happening to us, but it'll happen to all of us. Learn about local food policy, politics, get vocal and active about creating serious change, because it requires lots of people sharing ideas and pushing those ideas forward.